girl, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that iDidn't is back once again with Kids Return. I cannot wait to see what this is all about. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Turn it up,
Ooh, interesting sound.
It's my time. Here are the dance break now. Like I don't was in no vessel. Take a watch and later. Good all up on in my bones. 뭔가 좀 달라. 선명해진 나를 봐. 맘속 가득 차올라. 짜릿해지는 네 감각. Grow up inside me. 터질 듯한 에너지. 이건 시작일 뿐이야. Believe it, 내본지. Look at me now, untouchable. 부딪혀봐 모든 다. 거침없이 do or die. 깨진 것은 한 개뿐. Oh yeah. Got it like that, got it like that, babe. 맘을 따라 la la la. Got it like that, got it like that, babe. La la la. Keys on. Untouchable, untouchable, yeah. Flying up, yo, yo. Untouchable, yeah. Flying up, just to know me, see. I'm up, I feel so high. So high, happiness, no time.
What a change up.
We fly so high. I don't look down, better make it strong enough. Left, right, right, 세상의 디버션. 많이 튀운 누구보다 값없이 내 자신감이 넘쳐 당당히. Look at me now, untouchable. 부딪혀봐 모든 다. 거침없이 do or die. 깨진 것은 한 개뿐. Oh yeah. Got it like that, got it like that, babe. 맘을 따라 la la la. Got it like that, got it like that, babe. La la la. Keys are untouchable, untouchable, yeah. Flying up, yo, yo. Untouchable, untouchable, yeah. Flying up, see.
Okay, dance break.
Fire, fire inside me. 주저없이 get through it. 그저 나를 지켜봐. I believe that you are more. Look at me now, untouchable. 부딪혀봐 모든 다. 거침없이 do or die. 깨진 것은 한 개뿐. Oh yeah. Got it like that, got it like that, babe. 맘을 따라 la la la. Got it like that, got it like that, babe. La la la. Keys are untouchable, untouchable, yeah. Bumping up, yeah, yeah. Untouchable, untouchable. Bumping up, yo, yo.
Ooh, okay. When I preface this, I want to say the reason that I'm giving this reference is because if you know this sound that I'm going for, or you don't know it, I want you to look it up and I want you to see like if you get the same feeling that I did. So, the kind of chordal, like instrumental things that were going on made me think of the song Ghostbusters. Like, I don't know why. I think it's probably that synthesizer feel that was like prevalent throughout the entire song. So definitely, like, if you know that song, go listen. If you don't know that song, go listen to it. And if you know it, do you have kind of feel that same way? But it's such a creative, like, textural feeling because throughout the entire song, everything felt so interesting and full. Texture wise, when we talk about texture, what we mean is like everything that's happening all at once. If it's really like a thin, there's not a lot that's going on necessarily, and it just kind of has a different sound than when something is really thick. And so it's kind of that in the back of your mind kind of feeling of what is happening versus, you know, a song that has a more thin texture, you're probably going to be paying attention to maybe just one thing at a time, maybe a couple. But when something is thick, there's so much happening that it kind of like becomes this big, massive sound. And you can pick out some of the individual aspects, but what they really do is they kind of meld into each other. So it creates this one big, interesting sound to listen to. And then, like me as an artist, like a musician, I like to go apart and try to like pick apart some of that and like see like what is within that texture. And so it really makes it fun to listen to. And I think that not everything obviously about, you know, Ghostbusters goes along with this, but it just gives me that kind of feeling of some of those synthesizer kind of sounds. These two songs couldn't be more different. I mean, right? But it just has that kind of synthesizer thick sound that it reminded me of almost immediately. Of course, the choreography was unreal. I loved that we have a dance break in the bridge. So good. It was so nice to see all of the members. I love how we had from the beginning this walking bass line, this boom 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 boom, like it just really got into your mind right away. I love in the chorus, you know, look at me now, untouchable, like just the different references to like, you know, being different and being interesting and that kind of thing. The different like lyrics that went along with that, I really enjoyed. And then in verse 2, what I really loved was the change up with the guitar. We had a little more vocal before we dropped into the rap. Again, it gave that feeling of change up in the texture. So even though the texture was still thick, because they focused on a different aspect, it made the texture thin out a little bit, which made you focus more on the vocal, which was so incredibly smart before going into that rap. And then, like I said, we had that kind of Ghostbusters kind of portal feeling within this. And so good. That bridge was so good. I loved the dance break. I loved the sound that went with it. We kind of had this pull away sound. It was still thick, but we had some big hits before we launched into the final chorus. And then I love that we had a tag with the louder aspect. And it was just so nice to like see this kind of almost, how do I want to put it? This big group feeling. But it's still, they do such a good job about making the individual stand out as well. So, you know, even though they have such a large group, that you still get those individual moments within everything. And I think that's what makes me really enjoy them so much, is that you do get like these really cool choreography moments, but then they do take time to like focus in on the individual members and really make sure that they get their time to shine too. So I really enjoyed this, but I'm curious to know what you guys thought. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or the music video? For me, like I said, that texture was so incredibly nice. I really enjoyed it. And then I also really loved the choreography, especially during that dance break. Really fun. But tell me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.